Hi there, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Boomy Reactions. For those of you who are new, I am Boomy. Hello, and thank you for watching. And for everyone else, welcome back, my lovelies. So today I have another Cowboy Kent Rollins video because I can't get enough of Kent. He's adorable, and I love watching the videos. I love them. Today, guys, so today we're going to be watching Kent make a Salisbury steak. Now, this makes me laugh because growing up, I'm watching an awful lot of American TV. In fact, I'd say it was the majority of the TV that I watched. It was just American-based TV programs and films. So I have heard of a Salisbury steak growing up. And the vision that I had in my head of what this actually was. So I imagined this was a steak with a sauce on top, but I didn't hear Salisbury. I heard Salisbury. So I just naturally assumed, oh, that sounds like it might be like a nice little blackcurrant sauce or something that goes on the top. So I thought there was this mythical fruit, this magic berry called a Salisbury. At no part in my youth did I actually question what the Salisbury actually was. It's not actually until seeing the word Salisbury that I realized, no, this is just the name of the dish. It's not actually a berry. It's a little bit disappointing, if I'm honest, because I don't know what I thought this Salisbury was, but yeah, it's not a berry. So it's quite comical to me that I grew up thinking that about this recipe for so long. So I have no idea what this is. So I'm thinking it is a cut of beef that's served with some kind of sauce on top, maybe. Is it that straightforward? I don't know. Let's watch Kent. Let's see what he does with this. And as ever, guys, if you're enjoying these reactions, please like and subscribe to the channel. It's hugely beneficial. And thank you in advance. Thank you so much.
Kent, what are you doing?
I'm watching TV.
Oh.
You know what's on TV? Not nothing, but guess what? Hungry Man TV Dinner. I am going to show you how to skip the frozen food aisle, make it on your own, and it'll be the best thing ever. So come on, me and the Duke and the Big, we're going to get this one to going for you.
It doesn't look like a cut of beef, actually.
Hey, thank y'all for stopping
Hi,
by
Kent.
camp, and thank you, Lord, for a beautiful day. And shh, the wind is not blowing yet. Whew, you don't get many days like this in Southwest Oklahoma, I'm telling you for sure. But it's just a great day to be outside, and it's a great day to relive some memories. And I'm talking about memories that, whew, got me through some hard times, some tough times, but I always sort of fell back on this little meal because I really love it. You can ask Shan. I'll still get it out of the grocery store on occasion, but you don't have to go down that frozen food aisle no more. Guess what? Hungry Man. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Salisbury steak. How many, Shan, you reckon I eat since you knowed me?
A lot.
Ooh, these things, folks, have got me through some really hard times, and I am not putting these fellers down a bit at all. But, folks, we're going to create or recreate this whole meal and make it even better than what it is there. And you remember when them frozen dinners come along? What'd they call them? TV dinners. Now, why would you call them a TV dinner?
You sit in front of the TV.
Yes, you could get that little food tray, put it right up there, set that down there, and you could watch I Love Lucy, Fred Sanford, the Beverly Hillbillies, Gunsmoke, and have you one of the greatest meals in the world.
I loved watching scenes from American TV where you saw families sitting down to watch the TV, and they had these really neat little trays in front of them, and they were normally quite colourful. They'd be really organised. They'd have the vegetable there, they'd have their meat there, and some mashed potato. And to a child, that looked really appetising. So, do you have fond memories of these TV dinners, guys? What were they like in comparison to like a bit of home cooking? So I suppose we have ready meals over here in the UK, but they're not on trays. They don't look as uniform as this. They're just, I don't know, just something you throw in the microwave or maybe heat up in the oven. It just never looked as cute and appetizing as your TV dinners did. So was it created is it a recipe in itself, and then it was taken on and made into like a convenient TV dinner, or has it always been the classic TV dinner that Kent is doing like a home cooked version of? Let me know.
So the folks that come up with that stuff, hey, they sure helped a lot of people
Can't be full on classy.
a little goodness into the house. But folks, we're going to show you how to do it, and it's really simple and it's really easy, and everything that we use will be listed down there in the little link below. So without further hoopla, let's get to going. Let's talk about the star of the show. Yes, let's give it up for the what? The ground beef.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it is. It's what I'm talking about. We're using us some certified Angus beef, 80/20, a pound and a half. Yeah, you can see in this little package, there is 2 of these, but I guarantee you folks, they ain't that big when you get through cooking them. So
I think I've asked this before, but when Kent says 80/20, I do apologise if anyone has actually answered this. I've maybe missed the comment. Does he refer to the fat content? Is this like it's an 80% lean mix and there's 20% fat in it? Because that is how we would buy our minced beef, our ground beef over here. So we'd look for the fat content, and obviously it's more lean if it's got less % fat in it. Is that the same? Is that what Kent's referring to with this 80/20?
we got these 2 pounds here. Whoops, sorry, pound and a half. And I need you to get some of this original seasoning. What? You ain't got none? Well, the only place that you can get it is on our website. And we hope you got some of it and you enjoy it. We're going to season pretty well. So about that much. And then guess what? We're going to use us some dry mustard. Now, I have done this with wet mustard, but I prefer dry.
Okay.
Then we're going to have us some ketchup. About that much would be the correct amount if I was guessing.
Is this similar to a meatloaf recipe then? I've tried looking for some meatloaf recipes in the past, and the addition of ketchup was in quite a few of them, which tastes lovely, by the way. So is this quite similar to a meatloaf?
A little smoked paprika. I know y'all see me pouring all this stuff in there and you think this guy ain't got no sense as to what he's doing
or
where he's doing it. He might even put some out there. But the recipe and everything that you need to know about this little particular meal will be listed right down there below. And I've had some of you had trouble. Go on down there scrolling. Printable recipe. Click. Boom. What's it do? Take you over to the blog. That's a fancy word for I'm going to write a lot of recipes on the website. There you got all the recipes you're ever going to need to make happy meals every day. Now,
he knows what he's
doing.
Here
we have guys. 2 well-beaten eggs. Yes. And I just want you to scatter them out there amongst it. And we're going to mix this up first before we add any of these breadcrumbs. So just get your hands in it. If you want to use a wooden spoon, you can. We got that all incorporated in there well. So now it is time to dry this out a little.
So this is a patty. At first, obviously with it being referred to as a steak, I have made the mistake of thinking that this was a cut of beef, but it's not. This is a patty.
Which is going to be breadcrumbs. So we're going to start with 1 cup of them breadcrumbs. Plain. Don't be getting none of them seasoned ones. I want you to get the plain. Now, just like when you're making biscuits, I need you to just put it in there as we need it. So we're going to go squashing it around here, making sure that we get it all in there.
Can you use
and more
fresh?
It is going to take.
They are my preference in most recipes. So can you?
So that is 1 whole cup. We got to have that binder in there because with that egg, we need it so everything stays together. Woola hola, it is a done deal. We're going to call it just like that. Needs to set 30 minutes, folks. Okay, so let me set it over here. I want to show you a little something. Look right in here. I don't know if, can you see that, Shan? There's some gravy in there. You have seen me sop that up, do a lot of sopping with a piece of bread. Whew, I'm talking about making some sopping good gravy. And
well, it's a culinary sin to leave excess gravy. You have to mop it up, obviously, don't you? Because you can't just leave that. It's too tasty.
What is it? A pound of them white mushrooms. Don't be going in the backyard, digging them up out of there and putting them in there. Because, folks, that'll make you see visions everywhere. You be thinking you own maybe like the zombie show or something. So stay away from them. 1 large white onion. Now I need you to get you a cast iron skillet or a Dutch oven that's deep enough to hold all this. But folks, we're going to put about this much gravy in it, so make sure that it has a deep sidewall to it, okay? Well, the onions and the shrooms is ready to go, and the butter has melted, so we're going to add just a little dab of oil in there because we need some. And I sure have been fond of avocado oil. And let me tell you folks, this is Bertha. Do not set plastic over there on the hot part of it. In go the shrooms and the butter, and you can hear that sizzle. That is a good sound, it is. And we're going to cook this down till them onions get what you call very translucent, and them mushrooms get what you call it, golden brown. That's what I'm talking about. So at this time, we need to do a little seasoning here to all this goodness. Don't take much. We're going to add us about 6 tablespoons of flour to this because we want this to, whenever we get that liquid in there, to where it'll automatically thicken itself. So put a little in there at a time, stir it around, make sure everybody gets coated well. And you got this probably over about medium heat in the house is what you're doing. We got about 5 cupfuls of beef broth. If you can find it, I would tell you to buy the low sodium kind, or even get that says bone broth, beef broth. That's really, because it's going to have less sodium in here because we got some salt in this, we got some salt in the meat. Hey, I'm just trying to look out for your health here in the new year. So just add that in there. Make sure that we get all that stuff that's sitting there on the bottom back to its original place, and that's the goodness. I like to forgot. It's a really, really good year it was. We gotta have a little red wine. Now you can use white wine for this, but I really like to use red wine. I think it makes it a little better.
And you know it's good when it's in a plastic bottle.
Yes, and it says Sutter Home. Now, I don't know where Sutter lived around here. He might have lived in that wood pile right there, but I thank him for dropping off this little dab of wine here.
Duke is stuck in the wood pile.
Duker, hey, can you get out of there? Hey. In goes about a tablespoon or 2 of red wine. Gotta have it, folks, just got to. Then we're gonna put in some of that W sauce. As Justin Wilson was saying, that Leanne Perrins, And it's about that much it is, which is the right amount. But you're probably asking yourself, why didn't we make the meat first and then make the gravy and pour it over the meat? Folks, we're gonna make the gravy first, pour it up, put the meat right back in here where all these good drippings was, and cook it up a little and brown it. And then you throw the gravy on top. That's the way to do it. So we're gonna just put this over medium heat, let it come to a pretty good boil to where it thickens, and then we'll take it off. Well, folks, that's what I call a simmering right along, and you can see the consistency it's got, because when we put that back in there with that meat, it's actually going to cook a little more and get a little thicker.
It's too much bubbly.
Hey, that's all that flavor coming out of there. When that gets to that point, I need you to transfer it over into a pitcher, glass bowl, something. And that is a lot of goodness right there. Now, you need to try to get all that in there you can. Set 30 minutes it did, and we got it out of there. Now, I need you to just sort of divide it into, I'd say like 6 equal pieces to start out with. We'll see what we come up with. Duke is keeping watchful eye to make sure that my mathematics is really well.
I'm sure that's what he's waiting for.
He knows all about this stuff, he does. A tip I meant to tell you before we ever got started in this endeavor is, if you're going to work with raw hamburger meat like that, if you'll wet your hands just a little before you start, it don't stick to you near as bad. I need you to flatten them out, and then I need you to sort of make them a long oval. Yes, I do. And that same Dutch oven or that skillet that you was using, I need you to go ahead and let's just take 2 tablespoons of butter and drop right in there them same drippings, everything that was going on. Set it over in a warm spot.
It's nothing about butter.
And just let it get to melting. And let's make some more of these Salisbury steaks. The iron is hot and the butter is sizzling, so it's time to add these little beef babies here. That's what I would call a full boat. Everybody is in, the life preservers have been snapped on, and we're ready to go to town. Let the frying begin. Now we're just going to cook these about 2 or 3 minutes on each side till we get that good golden brown there, and that's what that butter is really helping us do with them breadcrumbs and everything in there. It's going to make it sear over and get us a really good color. We'll flip them, do the same, and then we're going to give them a bath. Yes, we are, folks. We're going to let them have some of that luscious gravy right there. It'll be the happiest beef in the world. The meat has browned on both sides, and
Until
it's time to
eaten.
let it swim in the goodness. Whew, that's a pretty sight right there. It
that's
is.
got
Hear
nice
that beef
thick.
laughing? Saying, bring it on. We love it. It is some good stuff. Now, one thing I am going to tell you, let me get this out of the way. I need you just to fish down in there and lift them up just a tad
Oh, yeah.
and get some of that gravy under them. Because you don't want to lay in the bed without no sheets, do you? No, no, they need to get some of this good loving down there under them. And I need you to just put it on a low simmer. Now, folks, that is pretty hard to do on Bertha. And sometimes y'all have seen her do it. She want to keep the whole thing. So we're going to put her right up here on what I call the low simmer side because she is really getting after it. And while we're doing all that, remember in that picture, it showed you some mashed potatoes, some green beans,
It
a
did.
brownie, and this good steak with that wonderful gravy. Well, folks, we're going to have it all too, so I think we should get them green beans on to going. I got me about 5 pieces of that bacon thick.
Are we talking about the a brownie, like the cakey brownie? Please. So there's dessert as well on your TV dinners. I mean, what's not to like?
Cut, sliced her, chopped her up in there, let her get to browning. Folks, I'm gonna give you a tip about
Bacon with
green beans.
beans.
Now, if you ain't got some frozen that you put up fresh, or you got some canned that you put up fresh, get you some good frozen green beans. Best thing I ever used come from Sam's. Them big old long French green beans. Them things is so good. But I do love some of these bird's eye, and fresh is always better than them cans you buy at the store. So we're just gonna throw them in there. Now you be thinking, anybody can cook green beans. Yeah, I hear you. But no, can't nobody just cook them just like I'm cooking them because I ain't never give you the recipe yet. But guess what? It's your lucky day. I'm gonna give it to you today. People be adding water in there right now. No, let's get us some chicken broth. That's what I'm talking about because that's what makes them good. You just want enough in there to sort of cover them.
Okay.
And then the thing that I think makes green beans the best in the world is the original seasoning. We have fed many a football player this meal right here with them green beans in it. Whew, they think it's the best thing ever. Give them a little stir. We're just gonna cook them till they get like what, Shannon, that guy that drove through the hailstorm, what was his name? Al who?
Dente.
There we go. So hang on, folks, this meal's about to come together. They have come to a good simmer and got that chicken broth back hot, so we're just gonna drop us about 3.5 to 4 tablespoons of butter in there because you gotta have it. And folks, just a little liquid smoke. Remember, I've always told you this stuff is potent as snake venom it is, so just a tad. Whoa, that's a plenty right there. I guarantee you'll be able to taste it.
I have never, ever cooked with liquid smoke. Is it worth it? I imagine it gives it a nice smoky flavour, so I'm not going to ask what it tastes like. But yeah, I've never actually cooked with it before. I don't even think we have it over here. No, I think we do. I think I've seen it on the shelves, but I don't think it's a very popular product. There's not many recipes I've seen that use it.
Let it get that butter melted. We'll taste it one more time for seasoning, and whew, this Hungry Man dinner is about to come together.
It is the brownie. Oh, big. Oh, that looks mouth-watering. Those beans look really nice.
There you have it, folks. The Hungry Man meal. Now I'm talking this is a full-blown meal. Mashed taters, green beans, that good Salisbury steak with that most delicious gravy ever, and a brownie for dessert. So,
It's a brownie.
where do you
yes,
think we ought to start first, Shannon?
The meat.
You ain't lying. And that stuff cuts like butter. I'm talking that is a good looking bite there with them mushrooms and onions.
How is it, Ken?
Make me do the Hey Man, Hungry Man dance. Ooh, namaste. I'm gonna stay till I finish this dish, I promise you. Where is the help? Culinary.
Duke.
Culinary.
He's been waiting.
There's one culinary. There's the oven. Now hang on. Let's have some manners today. Okay, there's yours. Hang on, wait right there. Good boy. Good boy. Yes. He is so athletic, he is. Thank you, Big, so much. Folks, that was easy and that was good, but don't forget that dessert. Them brownies little recipe will be listed down there below too, because I am saving this till I get finished with all this stuff. But hey, everything we use will be down there in the little recipe down there. You can click it and you can get to it. Hungry man. Thank you, Mr. Hungry Man, for turning me on to this so many years ago. It is a great day in the neighborhood, it is. But even greater day that I get to salute and take my hat off to all our servicemen and women and all our veterans and everybody that's keeping us safe at this time. Those folks that are fighting the COVID, I mean, they're on the front line and they're getting it done. Hang in there, folks. Good news is right around the corner. Good things are turning on. And praise the Lord, pass the biscuits and the Salisbury steak. And guess what? I'll see you down the Salisbury Steak Trail.
Nearly.
Break it on down and turn it on up. What's the TV going? What you gonna do? Make Salisbury steak. Shan told me to just give it a clap, 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 clap. I have my fancy gloves on today.
He's so funny. I love how lovably goofy he is with his dances. I love them. Now, I've got 2 questions. First of all, I think I've already asked this. Can you use fresh breadcrumbs? Would that make any difference to this recipe whatsoever? It's just a little bit easier to just blitz up a slice of bread that you've got in the cupboard than having dried breadcrumbs hanging around. Sometimes they can be in the cupboard for like 6 months opened. And bit controversial. And this is not to offend anybody. The addition of red wine in here, could that be substituted for ale instead of red wine? Now, the only reason I say this is because we're, with beef, and you've got the mushrooms, and yes, they pair lovely with red wine, but they also do pair absolutely deliciously with ale, like a really beef and ale hearty kind of stew. So that's where my mind is going. I try either in the recipe, but yeah, controversially. Has anyone else ever tried this recipe with ale instead? How does that differ? Or is it an absolute culinary sin, in which case I am so sorry. Well, guys, this has been another lovely video to watch from Kent. And thank you for watching this one with me. I'll catch you on the next video, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.